You wake up at 6:14, not gradually, not naturally. Your eyes just snap open. Your heart's already moving. Your brain's already ahead of you checking traffic, thinking about something that was supposed to finish overnight. Your body's already in motion before you've agreed to anything, and you realise there's nowhere to go. Standing in the kitchen in the grey light, coffee machine bubbling away, you're in a dressing gown, but your brain's in a suit, looking for its keys, ready for something that isn't happening. It's like being a soldier patrolling a border that's moved. This isn't discipline, it's a ghost habit. There's a strange kind of engineering to that reflex. The thud of your laptop bag as you hoist it onto the passenger seat. The way you sit in the driver's seat for exactly 2 minutes before pulling out the driveway, just letting the engine warm up while you check the sat nav and brace yourself for the friction of the day. For decades, those were the triggers. Even now, you might find yourself standing by the front door with your keys in your hand at 8:30 in the morning before you remember there's actually nowhere to go. You feel a strange sense of displacement, like you've walked onto a film set after the production has already wrapped. It's a residual current. You've pulled the plug, the power's disconnected, but the capacitors are still holding a charge. Monday morning is the time the house feels like it's the wrong size. For decades, it was the beginning of the 5-day siege, the structural reset that dictated everything. You look out the window and you see the neighbours' cars disappearing from the street one by one. You hear the world outside shifting into a higher gear, the distant hum of the motorway, the local tradesmen's vans rattling past. And that old good soldier voice starts whispering that you're malfunctioning. So you open LinkedIn, you refresh your email, you check the same 3 job boards you checked right before you went to sleep. You're looking for a ping, a data packet from the outside world that tells you you're still relevant. Silence of the inbox, though, feels like a judgment. If you get an email, even a generic rejection, that internal pressure drops for a second. You've interacted with the machine. But if the screen stays blank, panic timer speeds up. It's like idling a V8 engine in the driveway just to hear the noise. It burns fuel and wears out the parts, but it doesn't get you a single mile down the road. As Gen X, we were the last generation to be installed into a company. We weren't plug and play, we were hardwired into the infrastructure. Our value was our availability, being the safe pair of hands. The market, though, has moved to a cloud model, on demand, temporary, transactional. But our internal software is still running the on premises version. We still subconsciously believe that if we aren't present and accountable to the corporate machine between 9 and 5, we don't actually exist. Your brain is trying to run a legacy operating system on new hardware. The ghost habit is the error message that pops up when the system realizes that the old peripherals, the office, the team, the boss, are no longer connected. You're trying to sync with a server that has been decommissioned. It's a messy process. You spend weeks staring at the progress bar of your own identity, waiting for a connection that isn't coming, and wondering if you're the only one left running the old code while everyone else has moved to the next version. If your body insists on waking up at 6:30 a.m. with your heart racing, that energy starts looking for somewhere to go. It's a ready for battle charge that no longer has a battlefield, and it only really settles when it finds something real to bite into. Whether it's a project in the garage or a 3-mile walk where you actually look at the architecture of the houses instead of the tail lights in front. The nervous system eventually begins to accept that activity doesn't have to equal employment. The goal shifts from being productive for a spreadsheet to maintaining your own structural integrity while the world sits in neutral. When the apology for being in your own kitchen at 10 a.m. stops playing in your own head, the ghost starts to fade. You realise the urgency was never yours. It was a setting on the machine that you used to operate. Redundancy didn't just take your salary, it took your schedule. It took the tracks your life ran on. After a bit of time out of that system, you're starting to see that the tracks were also a cage. Those ghost habits, the early waking, the Sunday night dread, they need to look busy. They're the last remnants of a system that didn't actually care about you. It takes time for a system to realise it's no longer being scheduled. You're finally seeing what happens when you aren't being throttled by a corporate firewall. In the comments, let me know, since stopping work, what's that one work habit you still haven't been able to shake? I'll see you next time.